Hello, welcome to your random love reading. This is for you if you are any star sign, whether you're single, coupled. It's just completely, if you're stopping by and there's a message, you'll know if it's for you, okay? 2 cards have flown out on their own and they're very interesting. Go grab yourself a drink. I've already got one. But thanks for the offer. Okay, look. First card we've got, and I'm having some trouble focusing my cameras today, is the 9 of Swords. Some of you are really worried about your love life in some way. This is a card of anxiety. It's a card that I call the 4 a.m. card, the wolf hour. When you're thinking to yourself, you've got all these swords above your head. Think of them as you getting up in your head. You're making things up in your head. You're doing what we do as humans, trying to keep yourself safe. It's a very sensible thing to do because we don't want to get eaten by the lion. But when it comes to affairs of the heart and emotional things, and most things really, it doesn't do us any good, but we're still quite addicted to doing it. It makes us feel safe if we can run through every scenario where the other shoe might drop. Okay, so you may be waiting to hear from someone. You may be sizing up whether to stay or go in a relationship. It's certainly a card where we're thinking. We might be writing and talking, but I feel like we're doing more thinking than we are writing and talking. If we were writing and talking, it might be easier, and that wouldn't be the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, to a certain extent, is a trap. It is a card where we're trapped in a way of thinking that isn't serving us. Okay, but heck, we're human, so it happens. Another sword card came up with it. The 6 of Swords. Somebody ferries somebody else through these rough waters. It's a card of guidance and protection. You can see the star and they can see which way to go. All the swords have gone in the boat with the person. This is a card of finding a way forward. Possibly with the help of somebody else for some of you. Very interesting start. So we have anxiety. We have a story, a difficult part of the book, I think, here. I'm just going to take a couple more cards to go with this, actually. I'm going to well, I'm going to have that one because it fell on the floor. Gosh, doesn't want to be up, though. Nice! Ace of Pentacles that fell on the floor. So there is a direction we should be heading in. First off, I am going to use, I've forgotten the name. Oh my God. It'll come to me. Morgan Greer. It's one of those days. I'm just going to clarify. Let's have a look down at the cards and I'll do it so you can see it too. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you have half a chance of seeing everything. So I'm clarifying these two, okay? I'm clarifying the 9 of Swords. I'm clarifying the 6 of Swords. Oof. Gosh. Queen of Wands and the 4 of Wands in reverse. Wowzers. I'm getting it. Okay. Let me just switch up the brightness so I can see it as well. Cool. Something that should have been, but maybe wasn't. Something that was a portal. 1111, it's the card of the twin flame. It's also the card of good timing and good luck, really, and good things happening and some kind of spiritual ring to everything. Then we have the Queen of Wands, which for me is a very, very interesting card. When the Queen of Wands comes up, if I'm doing a love reading, and this is a random love reading, she can sometimes be a third party or an interfering energy in a relationship. So it can literally be that they were talking to their ex, or you think they're talking to people online, or any of those sorts of thoughts that do crop up with the 9 of Swords. But it can also be that they were a workaholic, or they just didn't. There is some other third party in their life whether it's a friend, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a job, whether it's booze, you know, or whether it's a person. Something stopped this happening, okay? The thick plottins, as they say. Oh, hey up. Right, here's one for the sick. Oh, yes. Star in reverse. Hopes, dreams, also representing Aquarius. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius or have it in your chart even. I think that the Six of Swords is Aquarius as well. Possibly, let me just look in my smelly book. Moon and Aquarius. Will I get it right? I never do. Mercury in Aquarius, but it is an Aquarius card. Mercury in Aquarius and the star, which is Aquarius. Star in reverse, not what you were hoping for, not what they were hoping for, not what we were hoping for as a couple, as a pair, as a relationship. The energy of something going a bit wrong here. Then we got our Ace of Pentacles. Think of this as like a fresh bagel, straight out of the oven, hot bread, you know. This is solid. It's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, earthy, reliable, a brilliant start, good foundations. And this portal that you always get here is what you didn't get there, okay? That's a portal, that's a portal. So I think what needs to happen first, whether you are coupled, whether you're trying to get over an ex, whether you are single as a Pringle and looking to mingle, as my child would say, well, my teenager, you're looking to solve a mystery here, and we can look further into that, but you're also looking at how to proceed, which is good, because we should always be looking at how to proceed, how to move forward. That's what my mum always says anyway. Let's dig around about how to proceed. If this resonates, this is a complete reading in itself, but if it resonates, there is always an extended reading. We take all of the cards that will come up and fill this table, and then we do an extended, and we look at how do they feel about you. We look at channeling messages from your person. We get freaky, get all the weird decks out. If you want that, it will be the first link in the description box. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. What else? This feels weird. Why does the King of Wands feel weird? Queen of Wands, King of Wands. So you lot could be dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, okay? If that resonates with you. If the King of Wands, you went, oh, King of Wands, then it's going to resonate with you, okay? If that part resonates with you, we've got Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Ooh. And the Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse is anxiety. We've got anxiety with the Nine of Swords. We've got anxiety with the Four of Swords in reverse. That is a different kind of anxiety. That is the anxiety of impatience. That is the anxiety of overthinking. Okay. I would say, as a piece of advice, that the universe is saying to you, look at the Ace of Pentacles. Look at how this begins with such a solid foundation. Look at your own principles, your own values. What do you value? And you know, we're kind of in the early part of 2024 at the moment. So you may want to whip out a bit of paper. And I think it's always better to handwrite this as well, rather than key it into your phone. And think about your top, maybe only 3, but stretch it to 5 if you start doing it and you're like, yes, and another one. Just keep going. Your non-negotiables. When you're doing it, don't have a particular person in mind, even if you're all about a particular person at the moment. Only have yourself in mind. Yourself and what you value. Not what you think you can get, not what you'll settle for, not what that person's like, but your own values. Now, try and do that now, okay? Pause the video, get a piece of paper, back of an envelope. I don't care if you write it in an eyeliner, whatever. And don't think too hard about it. And put down your 3 non-negotiables for a love relationship, okay? I'm going to let you go and do that. I know, you're like, I'm not going to do that. It would be good if you did. This is going to work well. Okay, I'm going to assume you paused the video and you're back. Think now with the Ace of Pentacles as a kind of meditation card. Are you radiating those 3 values in your own life? Not only in your love life or in romantic liaisons, but with everybody, with the way you live. Let's say you want, and most people do, honesty is really, it's your top 3, maybe even your number 1. Are you being 100% honest with yourself? Are you being authentic? Are you showing up authentically in your life? So you can see how this might work. This is just about mirroring. There's something coming up for me here. There's a roadblock. There's a difficulty. We've got the 9 of Swords. There's anxiety. But very often, and this is weird, anxiety, particularly this kind of anxiety, it comes up when there's something painful we need to feel, because that is having everything up in your head. It's almost avoidance by worry. Now, there may be something that we need to see, feel, act out, whatever it is. So when you've done your 3 non-negotiables, just have a look at whether you're truly, just putting some hand cream on by the way, whether you're truly showing up in your own life with those things. And this is not about a blame game, whether it's your fault, their fault, anyone's fault. It's nothing at all to do with fault. No one's at fault, truly. It's about getting to the heart of the energy that you need to put out in order to attract a person who is in complete alignment with you, but also with your own values. So if you want to take this further, and I feel like 2024 is a really good year for manifesting. When I got the 9 of Swords for you there, first thing I thought of was journaling. And I know that journaling is like, ugh, because I feel like that about journaling. You're just like, ugh. Either that or you go, yeah, and you go and buy some really fancy book and an amazing pen, and then you do about 1 night of journaling and never do it again. You know who you are. So we've all got a kind of rubbish notebook knocking around that we've done a bit of shopping lists in or whatever. Just take hold of that and make it your journal. Any old pen that you like writing with, doesn't matter whether it's this, that, the other, expensive, cheap, whatever. When you've done the exercise of your non-negotiables and how you're living out those in as an example, then look at a list of what attributes you want in a person. And we're talking, have fun with this. Okay, have real fun with it. I'm talking tall, height to the nearest inch. Be so specific. I want them to have these views on veganism. I want them to be 10'3", 4'2", whatever. Put it all down there. Don't have to show it to anybody. It's your own private rider. You know how when you get rock stars and they're like, I want to have a bath of Evian, I want some M&Ms with all the yellow ones taken out, and then I want, you know, fly in some, I don't know, burger from somewhere that I love that's 100 million miles away. But you need to behave like a rock star, because the other thing is, when you get the Queen of Wands, apart from signalling that there might be competition, it's also signalling, because I see her as my diva, that you need to be more diva about either your current relationship or your next relationship or the relationship you're trying to get over. You are a rock star in this scenario, no matter what happened. If you need to fake it till you make it, great. Sometimes that's a really good start. But do the exercises. And if you do it when you've got half an hour, do the whole thing. This haircut, those shoes or whatever, everything, this job, this, that, the other. The other nights you don't need to do the whole thing all over again. You can just revisit one part. And just say, oh yeah, I want the hair to be like this, like the time I saw that person and I like that. You know, one aspect each night. Okay. King of Wands is a rock star as well. So the person that you're looking at here, the person that you're talking about here, has got quite zingy energy anyway. So if you want to be in a pairing with this person, you want to be not just like, oh, you need to be happy and zippity-doo-dah all the time, because you don't. That would be false. But you do need to be unapologetically yourself. You know when you go on a date with somebody and you're like, give me a few years to think about that. Back in the day, whenever it was, when you go on a date with someone and you turn up and within the first 10 seconds maybe, you realise you don't fancy them. There's just nothing. Nothing flutters, there's nothing. And don't you find then that you can behave quite like a diva in that time? Because you don't care. One of two things happens. Either you're completely like, ugh, you're quite dismissive because you want to get out of there and you're a bit disappointed because their profile picture looked about 100 times better than what they look like. Or you're so relaxed that you're absolutely yourself. You let it hang out, you're cracking your jokes, you know, and of course, and have you not noticed this? They fancy the pants off you because you don't care. So what we're trying to get to here is that essence, even if you do care. And the way you get to that is through doing the journal work, putting out your 3 non-negotiables, turning them back on yourself, and then putting out your rider. It's so much fun doing that. And I can tell you now that when you crack that particular nut, someone will show up for you that is so specific that you will be bowled over. There'll be certain aspects of it where you'll be like, oh my God, I asked that he really, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example of what you can ask for here. Okay. A food hygiene certificate. I want them to have done a food hygiene certificate because I'm really picky in the kitchen. And you find out, and they not only that, they'll tell you something as specific as that. Okay, here we've got the 4 of Swords in reverse. It's getting so dark in here. We've got the 4 of Swords in reverse. Hopefully that will brighten it up. And that is about impatience. And this is not going to be your best friend in this scenario, okay? Because it takes time to build your confidence. I feel like some of you have been knocked back, either disappointed by flakiness or a million other things that happen, okay? Queen of Swords, we are talking about boundaries here. When the Queen of Swords shows up, it's all about the boundaries. I love the Queen of Swords. Now this is exercising your list of what you must have, and you can do this with somebody you're already involved with. Of course you can. What it does, even if you're already in a relationship, I'm trying to show you the glitter on this card. Even if you're already in a relationship, is that you shift your own energy. And when you shift your energy, the person takes notice. The Queen of Swords brooks no argument from anyone. So it's difficult to be the Queen of Swords because it's not going with emotion. It's more going with reasoning, okay? Now, sometimes, especially if you're an empath, and I think a lot of you are, when it comes to exercising your boundaries, it's a bit like making yourself go jogging, you know, that kind of thing. You don't really feel like it. you don't feel confident in it, you don't feel up to it. This is the part where you just do it anyway. Okay? Let's have some more detail about this situation that's coming up for you. Okay. First off, we've got the Empress. Love me, the Empress, ruled by Venus. Never ever see her getting sweaty, looking at her phone, running around. She's always just sat there. She's like all four queens put together. Divine feminine energy with a touch of diva. Okay? We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. When you get the Six of Pentacles in reverse, what I'm getting here now is you perhaps need to give less. And I'd love to put something in brackets there, but YouTube won't air the video. But it kind of rhymes with of a duck. Okay? Give less ducks, if you know what I'm saying. This is about confidence, no matter what is happening in your current situation. And for some of you, I really feel like this is a power battle of some kind. Whatever is happening, single, coupled, you are not getting up and running for anybody. Not even in your head. Okay? You've got to make that power. If it was like a beam, you're kind of sucking it down into your chair through your body. You're like, I am rooted in this power. I am not giving out to everyone around me. This could be in all of your life, not just in your love life, especially if you are an empath. Seven of Wands. I like this actually. This is Mars in Leo. Again, fire sign energy. Seven of Wands comes when we are sticking to our guns. We are absolutely holding to our boundaries. We are triggered to the point where we want to say something, but we completely hold our line. Some of you are going to be triggered either by the next relationship or by the person that you're with. There's this sense of being triggered. And that triggering is an opportunity to thaw the ice about something that's been kind of trapped in you, in the relationship. It's uncomfortable because you're not used to it. We've got the Three of Cups. I really like this. This is about your trusted tribe, your besties, the person that you can talk to about this. Tell them what you're doing, especially if you are an empath and you're making a change, you know, that you're getting your power back. Let's say it's somebody that you're trying to get over, that you're in no contact with. Make sure they hold you to account. Okay? It's very important as well, particularly if you're in a difficult love situation or if you're single and the last relationship was a disappointment. It's very important for you to keep up with what you love. It's like filling the tank regularly. Seeing your friends, having the right community, joining a community if you want to meet somebody. So I did a, what do they call it? A poll on my community post. And it was about online dating. Have you tried it? Do you like it? Are you taking a vow of celibacy? The whole bit was there. There was some very positive stuff. A lot of people didn't like it, but there was some very positive stuff from people who met their partner while, let's say one person on there, it was a lovely, lovely, lovely message. She had been an online gamer and she had met not only her husband, but when her husband very sadly died, she became friendly with someone else over a number of years who then became her partner. So that online gaming forum for her was an amazing stepping stone in her love life. So of course it doesn't have to be online gaming, but it can be something with a community attached to it that you become a part of. Now you can do this if you're single and you're looking for someone, and it will be very fortuitous for you, particularly about meeting a fire sign, somebody very confident. But you can also do this if you're in a relationship at the moment that is not going the way you want it to. you suddenly start filling up your diary with doing a lot of things. Not to make this person feel jealous or insecure, but to make you feel connected. You can't feel connected to that person till you're connected yourself. Then we have this rather interesting 7 of Cups. Again, this is about you having a bit of accountability to yourself, particularly if you've been doing magical thinking, or you're getting vague on yourself, or you're letting yourself get away with whatever your 9 of Swords is, where you're overthinking, okay? I'm just going to clarify that card as well. Yeah, wow. This is not getting lost in the weeds about what happened in the past. Now, I'm not saying you have to forgive anyone that has wronged you. You don't. You don't have to do anything, and only you can know the right way to go with it. But if there is some kind of chink of light or something, follow the light rather than the dark, no matter what has happened. Don't go off on any kind of fantasy about how bad it was, what happened, revenge. All of those things are a no, okay? We're looking here at being positive, at looking to the future. That Ace of Pentacles is like your, what do they call that? Like a totem, like your North Star. Things that will, things that will last. And as I'm saying that, I pull the 10. Now, when you've been to the 10 of Pentacles, the next place you go is the Ace. This is the top of the shop when it comes to Pentacles. Generational love. This is solidity. It has like the family crest. What is that? I thought that was like a sort of robot owl. Can you see that? Maybe it is. You've got the dog, which is faith and loyalty. You've got the generations, which is longevity. You've got the wealth, which is security. This is it. If you want this, if this is your North Star, behave like you're already there. Let's have some oracle cards. In the extended reading, I'm going to crack open another deck. I don't even know which one at the moment. I think it might be the Lightseer's Tarot. We're going to look at drawing out messages from your person. We're going to look at the shadow side and how to overcome it. And we'll look at some more manifestation tips as well, because I'm feeling like this is a very manifestation-y reading. I know that's not like the best English that you've ever heard. It's a very, very manifestation-y reading it is. That would be, yeah. Ooh. I'm excited by that. Woof. Spiritual big jobs. Right. Let's go back to that. Hello. Secrets. This is something to do with what's going on either now or in your past. Something's hidden. Someone hasn't been truthful. Okay? This is your 9 of Swords. You're feeling something, you're sensing something, you're probably right about it, you're an empath. Don't get distracted by that. This is about looking forward and not looking back, and that doesn't mean taking crumbs from anybody. It doesn't mean forgiving anybody who's treating you like dirt. It's not about that. This is about you looking forward for you. Because the next card you get is true love. See if we can focus. Woohoo! A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. Yeehaw. And trust. Now, guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. I would like to give a little caveat to that. Don't guard your heart too hard, okay? Because nobody gets the chance to steal your vulnerability away from you. It's sometimes safer, in fact nearly always, to be completely vulnerable but in a very strong way. like the Empress. Okay? You don't have to have strategy and be difficult and be hard and be stroppy. Don't have to do any of that. You only need to be able to trust yourself and to trust that you will know if you can trust someone or not. That's a lot of trusts in there. This is all about you in a way. Keeping yourself accountable, reaching for the stars, reaching for the top, not settling. Whether you're in a relationship, whether it's a complicated relationship, a full connection with somebody, you're living, you're married, whatever, or if you're single, this is preparation for the person you can meet. Okay? Woof, I nearly started waggling my finger. I'm going to go and do the extended reading. If you're going to join me there, get another cup of tea. I'll see you in a minute. Leave me a comment. I love to read your comments. I read them all and I answer lots of them too. I'll see you soon. Namaste.